So, what if I told you that a practice that's been around for literally thousands of years is now being backed up by cutting-edge science as a powerful tool for a longer, healthier life? Today, we are diving deep into the health benefits of the sauna. We're going to unpack exactly what happens to your body in the heat and why it might just be a total game changer for your health.
So let's just start with a really bold question. Could simply sitting in a hot room actually help you live longer? It sounds almost too simple to be true, but the scientific data that has come out over the past decade or so is, well, it's truly remarkable.
And this number right here, this is at the very heart of the story. A landmark study showed that people who used a sauna 4 to 7 times a week had a staggering 40% lower risk of dying from any cause compared to those who only used it once a week. I mean, a 40% reduction is huge. So the question is, how is that even possible? To understand that, we need to look at the evidence.
To do that, our story takes us to Finland, which is, the undisputed home of sauna culture. This is where all the groundbreaking research really began, uncovering this powerful link between an ancient tradition and modern health span.
The whole foundation of what we know today comes from something called the Kuopio ischemic heart disease study. Now, this was not some small short-term experiment. We're talking about researchers tracking thousands of men for over 20 years, meticulously recording their sauna habits and their health. And it's that kind of long-term data that makes these findings so incredibly powerful. And what the data showed was this really clear dose-response relationship. Using a sauna just 2 to 3 times a week, that was linked to a 22% lower risk of sudden cardiac death. But look at this jump. For the people using it 4 to 7 times a week, that risk plummeted by an incredible 63%. The takeaway here is crystal clear. The more you use it, the bigger the protective benefit.
So how on earth can simple heat have such a profound effect? Well, to get it, we really need to reframe what a sauna session actually is. It is not just passive relaxation, it is an active and really beneficial stress on your body. The key scientific idea here is something called hormesis. You can kind of think of it as what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but we're talking on a cellular level. The heat from a sauna is this mild, controlled stressor that pushes your body to adapt, and in doing so, it activates these powerful protective pathways that make you stronger and more resilient over time.
So how does this actually play out? Well, physiologically, your body's response to a 20-minute sauna is remarkably similar to its response to moderate cardio. Seriously, your heart rate elevates, your blood flow increases, your core temperature rises, you start to sweat. It's triggering so many of the same beneficial adaptations as exercise, all while you're just sitting still. Let's pop the hood and see what's going on. The heat causes your blood vessels to widen. That's called vasodilation. Your heart then has to pump more blood to your skin to help cool you down, which increases your cardiac output. Over time, your body even increases its plasma volume, which makes your whole cardiovascular system more efficient. Basically, your body is getting a workout and it's getting better at handling stress. Okay, so what does all of this mean for our health in the real world? Well, these physiological adaptations translate into powerful protective benefits for our two most critical organs, the heart and the brain. This whole exercise mimic thing directly strengthens your cardiovascular system. Studies show that regular sauna use actually lowers blood pressure, it reduces arterial stiffness, and improves the function of the endothelium, which is the delicate inner lining of all your blood vessels. It can even help improve your cholesterol profile by lowering that bad LDL cholesterol. Now for one of the most fascinating parts of this whole story, heat shock proteins. Just think of these as your cell's personal 24/7 repair crew. When your body gets hot, it ramps up the production of these HSPs. Their main job is to go around, find damaged or misfolded proteins, and either fix them or clear them out before they can cause any trouble. And the cool part? Once they're activated, they stick around, staying elevated for up to 48 hours. And this is where it gets really, really important for brain health. See, those damaged proteins that HSPs clean up, they're the same kind that can clump together and form the toxic plaques we see in neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. So this internal housekeeping, combined with that increased blood flow to the brain, is likely a huge reason why those Finnish studies found that frequent sauna users had a significantly lower risk of both dementia and stroke. But wait, there's more. Heat stress has also been shown to increase levels of something called BDNF. This stuff is incredible. People call it Miracle-Gro or fertilizer for your brain cells. It's a protein that helps your existing neurons survive, encourages the growth of new ones, and supports neuroplasticity, which is just your brain's ability to learn and adapt. It's just fantastic for your brain. So these benefits aren't just about preventing disease decades down the line. For anyone who's interested in physical performance right now, the sauna is also an incredibly powerful tool for boosting fitness and speeding up recovery. Yes, studies have shown that hitting the sauna after exercise can actually improve your endurance. And that's probably thanks to that increase in plasma volume and blood flow we talked about. It also helps reduce muscle soreness after a really tough workout. And remember those heat shock proteins? They've been shown to help prevent your muscles from wasting away during an injury or time off. On top of all that, sauna sessions can cause a pretty big spike in growth hormone, which is absolutely critical for muscle repair and recovery. Okay, so with all this compelling science, the next logical question is, how do you actually do it right? Let's take a look at what the research suggests for the most effective way to use a sauna. This table really lays out the blueprint, and it's based on those big Finnish studies where they saw the most profound benefits. So the sweet spot seems to be a traditional sauna around 174 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 20 minutes, 4 or more times per week. But, and this is super important, if you're just starting out, you have to acclimate. Begin with a lower temperature for shorter sessions, and then just gradually work your way up. And that 20-minute mark seems to be a really critical threshold. The data showed a huge difference. Sessions that lasted under 11 minutes were linked to a pretty modest 8% reduction in cardiovascular mortality. But sessions that lasted longer than 19 minutes, that was associated with a massive 50% reduction. So duration really, really matters. Of course, we have to talk about safety because this is paramount. The number one rule is to never, ever, ever drink alcohol before or during a sauna session. It's just incredibly dangerous. Always make sure you're well hydrated. It's also generally not recommended during pregnancy, and this is a big one, if you have any unstable heart conditions, if you've had a recent heart attack, or you have issues with low blood pressure, you must talk to your doctor first. So, when we put all of this together, we see that sauna isn't just about relaxation or some kind of luxury. It's a powerful, evidence-based tool that uses your body's own amazing adaptive responses to build resilience from the inside out. It's ancient wisdom meeting modern science. All right, let's just quickly recap the big points. Number 1, sauna puts a good kind of stress on your body that mirrors a moderate workout. 2, the benefits depend on how you do it. Frequency and duration are key. 3, using it consistently is a powerful way to support your heart and brain health for the long haul. And finally, number 4, always put safety first and listen to what your body is telling you. And that really just leaves us with a final thought to chew on. The science is clear. This ancient practice offers some truly profound benefits for our hearts, our brains, and our overall longevity. So the only question left is, how might you start to work this powerful tool into your own routine? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.